8:45 p.m. ETESPN rounds up all the reaction from up and down the Autodromo Hermanos Rodriguez paddock following the Mexican Grand Prix. Mercedes photo by Clive Rose. Getty image. Lewis Hamilton 9th. To be honest, this fourth world title is not even registering right now. There is all this energy from the people around you, but it takes a while for it to really sink in. I am incredibly grateful when I think about everything that was going on this year and everything that had to be in place to produce this result. I didn't do this on my own. There are over 1,000 people back in Brackley and Brixworth who have created this beast that has given me the opportunity to exploit my abilities. I have received such great support from around the world, and I want to thank all of you that believed in me. To do this on Mexican soil, to shine a positive light on a country that has been through such a difficult time over the past few months, makes this really special. It doesn't matter what happened in the race today. I carry still I rise on the back of my helmet. It means when you get knocked down, you get back up again and keep pushing as hard as you can. I never gave up, and I kept pushing. 4 is a great number, but I want number 5 now. Of all, Terry Bottas second. The right man won the title this year. Lewis absolutely deserves this. He's my teammate, so I know he's not only talented, but also a hard worker, and a really nice guy. So even though we're competing, I'm also happy for him, but I still want to beat him next year. The race today was pretty straightforward after the start. I saw in turn 2 that Max and Sebastian were side by side, and one of them went a bit wide, so I knew turn 3 was going to be a mess. So I decided to go inside and cut the corner and get a good exit. After that there was not much happening. Unfortunately, we couldn't challenge Max today, so I drove it home. We saw we didn't have the pace to win the race, so we have a lot of things to learn. But overall, it was not a bad day for us. I felt I got the most out of the car. It was good to be on the podium after such a long time, and of course Lewis won the title. Toto Wolff, head of Mercedes-Benz Motorsport: this was the hardest championship ever, but it was also extremely well-deserved. We had quite some up and downs this season with the new cars and tires. We had to accept the fact that this is the reality now, and to progress was very difficult for the team and really took the maximum out of us. Lewis probably showed the best and most constant performance of his entire career this season. He has made a step forward in every respect, and there is no doubt whatsoever that today the right man was crowned world champion today. While the result was good, the race was not what we had hoped for. But I'd like to just look at the positives today and not dig into a controversy that is not necessary at this stage. Lewis won the championship. Red Bull photo by Clive Rose. Getty image. Max Verstappen first. A great win and a fun podium. A Dutch DJ and Dutch driver. What a combination. The start of the race itself was not great, but this allowed me to tuck in and get a tow from Sebastian. I had to be a bit aggressive but managed to get around the outside at turn 1, and from then on I was just doing my own race. I would go as far to say this was one of the easiest races of my career. I felt I missed out on pole yesterday, so I had a lot of motivation to get the result I wanted today. To get not just a podium but the win is awesome. We calmed the pace and turned down the engine to make sure we brought the car home, so I was just cruising towards the end. I was confident the car was going to be good today after studying the long-run pace we have shown this weekend. This track with low speed and low grip suits our car, but even in Austin, we had the balance and pace. I just had to come from way down the grid. Once we had got the balance of the car right, it was easy for us to do quick lap times and sustain them. I think if we keep working this way and have a better start to the season next year, we can look forward to achieving great things. The podium here in Mexico is special, to be honest. The fans are so passionate, and being in the stadium section means the atmosphere is like nowhere else. It definitely made up for missing it last year. Like I said in the car on lap 1, it was simply lovely. Daniel Ricciardo DNF at the start. I did what I could. It was pretty close and there was a lot going on, but I thought I made quick progress. I told Helmut this morning that I would get up to 7th by the end of the first lap. I was a couple of laps off, but I got there and it was all looking pretty good. I think it was lap 6 when the turbo started to sound strange, and then I had no power. I was able to limp back to the pits, but that was obviously race over. Friday looked good. Things went bad yesterday afternoon and then got worse today. We put the new power unit in last night and now we have a suspected MGUH failure. There seems to be something fundamental going on with the engines. We've been coming here for the last couple of years, so there shouldn't have been any surprises. I guess the altitude and temperatures have been really hard to stay on top of, and it's been a pretty grim weekend for some of us. It's a shame to be out so early again. I guess this is a little bit of what Max experienced at the start of the year, and it's not so fun. I just hope now that we won't have to take more penalties in Brazil. I don't know how I'm smiling, and I'm definitely hurting inside, but what can I do? I can't change this situation. Ferrari photo by Clive Rose. Getty image. Sebastian Vettel fourth. I know the team has been working hard, doing their best, but we didn't achieve what we wanted to. It's hard to cross the line realizing that you are not in the fight anymore. I fought to the end, giving everything I had. Then obviously in the last laps, when I had a big gap to Kimi, it would have been difficult for me to close it without something happening, like a safety car, but I was still believing. But in the end it didn't happen. For sure it is not a great day for us, but it's not about us today, it's about Lewis, and I congratulate him. Tomorrow you wake up and it will be a different day. The team is growing, and there are many positive aspects. Overall, I think we are on the right path. Kimi Räikkönen third. After yesterday's difficulties in qualifying, third place is not too bad, but obviously it is not what we were looking for. The start was not too bad, but then I moved to the left and lost the toe. I found myself blocked and lost many places in the first two corners. Then I had to wait for the cars in front to stop to be able to push and gain positions. My car was a bit better than yesterday and we had decent speed. Once I was third, I could try to catch up, but I was too far from Valtteri and there was nothing I could really do. I focused on finishing the race and on keeping my position. This year we have made a good step forward from last season, but obviously we still have a few small things to improve. I think that in this season we've had a good and solid car. Lately we've had some issues, but the speed has been there. Obviously too many DNFs cost us a lot in the championship. For next year we have to minimize those issues, improve things and learn from this season. Force India photo by Mark Thompson. Getty image. Esteban Ocon fifth. It's a great day for the team. Fifth place in the race and securing fourth place in the championship is a fantastic achievement after a strong season. For a while I believed the podium was possible because I was sitting in third place for so long. I made a great start and then I pushed as hard as I could in the free air. Sadly the virtual safety car gave Kimi an advantage during the pit stops and he was able to overtake us. The final few laps of the race with Stroll behind me were not easy. He had fresher tires and managed to catch me, so I had to give it everything to stay ahead. When you work so hard for a result it feels very satisfying, so I look forward to celebrating tonight. Sergio Perez seventh. Despite the poor qualifying yesterday, we came back stronger today and managed to have a really good race with competitive pace. It's just a shame that the virtual safety car happened at the wrong moment because it allowed Stroll to jump ahead of me. Otherwise I think we could have finished in sixth. The main objective of the weekend was to confirm fourth place in the championship, so I'm extremely happy that we have done this with 2 races to spare. It's been another special weekend with so much support from the fans, and I have to say a huge thank you to all of them for the energy they have given me. Williams. Yuri Cortez of PGT image. Felipe Massa 11th. I'm really disappointed. It was a shame to stop so soon with the puncture at the beginning of the race. The car was good, competitive, and I'm sure it would have been a completely different situation if we didn't have the puncture. That's the way it is sometimes. I'm happy for the team as we scored more points than Renault with 2 races to go, but it was really a shame for me to have another unlucky moment. Lance Stroll 6th. I think it was a very controlled race. I had a really good start, but then lost some positions as I was on the outside. There were some technical issues and crashes, and so I gained some places due to that. We had a good idea all along, assuming I was going to stay in one piece and everything was going to continue along smoothly, we could have a good race. I had a great first stint, a great second stint, and in the end I wasn't quite close enough to get into the DRS zone to pass Ocon. I was really managing the tires and the car was balanced very well, so a big thanks to the team. It was a great day, a great result, and a great birthday present. Big congratulations to Lewis, he is the king of Formula 1, there is no doubt about it. It is incredible what he has accomplished. He is a big inspiration for young drivers like me. Paddy Lowe, Chief Technical Officer. We had a good start and both cars got into reasonably good positions, apparently without damage, but that proved not to be the case. Felipe had a slow puncture from some minor contact in the first corner and we had to box him on the second lap. We fitted prime tires to go the end. We were reasonably confident that tire would go the distance and Felipe managed it very well. He had good pace throughout the entire race, and if not for Vettel and Hamilton coming through from the back, he would have perhaps got a point or 2. So it was a shame for Felipe because the car was there to get points today and he drove extremely well. On Lance's side, he showed strong pace and ran a great first stint on the ultra-soft tire. He had some good fortune with the virtual safety car which actually gained him a place over Perez. We were also able to fit the super soft tire at that stage to go to the end, so we had the tire life and compound advantage over the two Force Indias. At one point it looked possible he could have taken the position off Ocon, but it was just out of reach. It was a great 6th place finish though, so happy birthday to Lance and well done for a great achievement today. We've taken some further advantage in our 5th place in the Constructors' Championship, and well done to the team for getting 2 cars home and in good shape to go into the final 2 races. Finally, congratulations to Lewis for his 4th World Championship. He drove a terrific season and it's very well deserved. McLaren photo by Mark Thompson. Getty image. Stoffel Vandoorne 12th. We had an amazing start today. We were 13th after the first lap, but we've seen today how much we are missing in a straight line. We couldn't even keep a Sauber behind and we couldn't really overtake after that, so we lost ground. But our pace in clean air was very positive. The car felt very good, and starting from the back we knew it was always going to be tough for us. The end of the race got very exciting with a few cars coming close together, but it still shows that our straight line speed is not good enough. It was a difficult race for us. There were definitely points on the cards today, but we were just too compromised because of our speed and losing time in the pit stop. With the late VSC call, the positives we can take away are that our pace was really strong and we made it to the end, but our deficit on the straights is still too big. Massive congratulations to Lewis Hamilton today. It's a great achievement and it was a strong fight from him this season. Fernando Alonso 10th overall. It was a good race, considering we started at the back of the grid, and we finished in the points. The car felt very nice all weekend, strong in the corners, and we had good handling and good balance throughout the race. We lacked a little bit of straight line speed to attack or defend, so we were stuck behind a Sauber for half of the race and then we could not pass Kevin Magnussen for many laps. As soon as we lost the DRS with him, we became very vulnerable, so in the end I think there was nothing we could do to keep Lewis Hamilton behind. We fought hard, trying to brake a little bit later every time and defend the position, but we couldn't manage to keep 9th place and save that point. It was a good battle, but it's hard when you don't have the same car. Eric Boulier, McLaren Honda Racing Director. Today was an extremely tough race for both our drivers, who drove incredibly well given the limitations of our car on a circuit that is well known for its challenges, namely its power sensitivity and its complex configuration, which make it almost impossible to overtake. Both Fernando and Stoffel showed strong pace and made a number of excruciatingly close attempts to overtake, but with little reward for their efforts. We can certainly see the potential in our package. Both drivers made incredible starts from 18th and 19th on the grid, and it's frustrating to only have 1 point from 10th and 12th to show for it. Nevertheless, I think both of them should be proud of the performance they put in today on track, knowing as they do the challenges they face with every race, and it was positive to see us putting up a solid fight against the much less power-sensitive cars around us. A positive we can take from Mexico is that both cars made it to the end of the race despite the technical challenges this circuit poses in its altitude and cooling issues. We now look ahead to Brazil, which should be a circuit much more sympathetic to our package, and we'll keep pushing hard to improve our chassis as we continue our development into next year. I'd also like to take the opportunity to congratulate our former teammate Lewis Hamilton on a very well-deserved 4th championship. Today was a taste of what we hope will be more to come, and we look forward to more exciting battles with him on track next year. Toro Rosso photo by Mark Thompson. Getty images. Brendan Hartley DNF. It's always disappointing not to finish a race, so I'm not the happiest man today, but I'm still smiling because I've made progress compared to last week in Austin. It's just a shame that the race was cut short and it's been quite a tough weekend. Issues on Friday. I then couldn't make progress in yesterday's Q2 once the engine went, and in today's race I lost power at the end of the straight line, then saw the white smoke and was asked to stop. It would have been good to get to the end of the race because I was enjoying all the battles. I now look forward to the next couple races. Hopefully things will go smoother than today, get to the end of the race and see where we end up. Pierre Gasly 13th. It was good to finally drive on this track after a very tough weekend where I completed very few laps before today. Unfortunately, the race wasn't as good as we wanted it to be. It took me a couple of laps to get used to the track and the car, but at least I continued to gain experience in the car, which was very useful, and go to the end of the race. We will now need to work hard and keep on improving for the next race weekend in Brazil. Hospital J. Fox. Getty image. Romain Grosjean 15th at wasn't to be today. We started on super softs and it was tough to follow the ultra softs initially. The contact with Fernando Alonso damaged my car. I haven't seen the footage so I don't know, but it was at turn 1 and I lost half of the floor. From that point it was almost over. I just tried to hang in there. Good job from Kevin, and I'm happy for the team. We just need to sort our race pace a little bit. The next track, Brazil, is one I like, so we'll be hoping for more. Hopefully, we'll get a good race and try to get Renault back, and Toro Rosso is not that far either. Kevin Magnussen 8th. That was like a victory. It was incredible, and a great way to reward everyone for their hard work. It was a perfect race. It couldn't have gone better. We could easily have given up and just thrown the towel into the ring yesterday. It was a very tough day for us all. Nobody gave up, and everyone knows we're not the worst team, or meant to be on the last row. We're meant to be in the points, fighting in the midfield and getting into the top 10. We pushed on, and I'm very proud of the team for that. We're going to continue to fight. It's not going to be easy, we can see that, but we'll continue to push in the Constructors' Championship and have fun all the way to the end. Gunther Steiner, team principal. What can I say? We bounced back. Did we expect this? No, but I think we deserved it. Everybody fought hard after the disappointments of the last 2 days. Kevin did a magnificent job. Unfortunately for Roman, it didn't work out as well. We are very happy for the team to have scored points again. Renault, Clive Rose, Getty Images, Nico Hülkenberg, DNF. It was a very frustrating race today. I'm disappointed. We were doing well and a very good result slipped through our fingers. We have some work to do on reliability because we lost some potential points today. It's a shame, but this is racing. Carlos Sainz, DNF. It was a difficult day for the team. We had a very good start, but in the first 2 laps I wasn't very comfortable and had a strange feeling with the car. I had a high-speed spin and flat-spotted my tires and had to box early. From then on, although our pace was okay, I was at the back and couldn't do much to rejoin the cars in the points. In the end, my retirement was due to a mechanical issue with the steering. Sauber, Clive Rose, Getty Images, Pascal Wehrlein 14th. I did the best possible job that I could during the race today. It was challenging to try and catch my direct competition as the majority ahead of me were running on softer compounds. Despite that, I am satisfied with the consistency of my performance today. It gives me confidence that better results are possible in the upcoming races. Marcus Ericsson, DNF. The start into the race was good. The first stint was also good and competitive, so I was able to run in the top 10. It was looking promising and I felt comfortable in the car. We were unlucky with the virtual safety car phase then, as it came 2 laps after I had boxed. It was a shame because I lost a couple of positions there. After having an overall positive weekend, I could unfortunately not finish the race as I had to retire the car.